Chris Yandek, we've had him on the program before. He's a lot of fun. He's just across the state. How you doing, Chris?
Great to be with you, Guy, back here. By the way, it's also a Wonder Costumes Wednesday, as you know. We're the biggest costume store in Miami, and we're happy to be here today to talk about holiday costumes and all these other things. And whether you realize it or not, the holiday costume season in this time of year is almost as busy as the Halloween season.
You know, it really is, because what do you think of at Christmas? Well, you think of the obvious, the Santa Claus and the Santa Claus hats and the elf hats, but then you have elf outfits, and then I remember up in Northeast Ohio, we had the Polar Express, so everybody was going for the green and red, and the girls had the green tights, red tights, and that's all still big even down here in Florida, isn't it?
Well, let me tell you very quickly about all this kind of stuff, and this will be very interesting for you. We at WonderCostumes.com, as you know, have a gigantic amount of costumes, but let's just focus on Christmas and the holiday season first off today.
Okay.
We have Santa costumes for all prices. If you're looking for a high-end Santa or a low-end Santa, we've got Mr. Santa for you, and of course we've got all those variety of elf costumes. Well, what's really interesting more than anything else is that, I know that people in Florida, probably everywhere, people always wait to the last minute for costumes, so if you're looking for holiday costumes, which are really hard to find, we've got a different variety. But you know what's also really popular, and you'll really be amazed by this, maybe not so much, but you know those ugly sweaters? Well, we have a variety of those Christmas ugly sweaters, and there's literally one of them where you can download an app on your cell phone, and it's for a fireplace, like a Christmas fireplace. And you put your cell phone down in a little open pouch in the front of the sweater, and it's like an electronic fireplace. So you can walk around during your Christmas party, and people can see that your Christmas sweater's actually flashing with the fireplace thing. And whether you realize it or not, Guy, it's actually like our top seller for Christmas. We have sold so many of those over the last few weeks. It's been unbelievable. Also, if you like candy canes,
Chris, when they say there's an app for that, there really is.
There really is. There's a phone app. You go online, you download a phone app to your cell phone. However you do that, you put your cell phone in this little pouch in front of your Christmas sweater, and you could walk around, and literally you're going to have an electronic blazing fireplace in your sweater, and people are going to be like, "What's that?" Well, it's actually my cell phone. It's just it's down there in my sweater, so make sure I don't lose it. So if anyone's interested in buying some of those very weird and unique Christmas sweaters, we have those on WonderCostumes.com. But we also have, which you're really going to be interested in, we have a variety of elf costumes. But for women in general, what they're ever trying to pull at different kinds of parties, everyone's going to something different this year, as you know. A little risky, not a little risque. We've got a variety of very sexy or non-sexy, depending on what you're looking for, Santa costumes, whether you're looking to be Miss Santa, Santa's little helper, or possibly Santa's mistress. We've got a variety of sexy Christmas costumes that you can also find on WonderCostumes.com for women. And, of course, we've got those variety things. Also, maybe if you're interested in being a reindeer for whatever reason, or maybe even interested in being like a snowman or a polar bear, we've got all this stuff. And I know that people are holding all these different holiday functions last minute. If you're looking for someone in Florida you can count on to get the cool stuff for Christmas, come to WonderCostumes.com. Call us at 305-COSTUME. After the segment, we'll be happy to assist, as always.
When we were doing the Polar Express, I can say that there was a couple nights, and it started 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. It went to the 20th or something of December, and there were a couple nights it looked like a bad night of Halloween, because it was really weird. I mean, because we had the sheriff from Toy Story there, and people do dress up in various outfits for Christmas parties, don't they?
Well, what's really interesting to note is that, costumes are every time of the year. There are, of course, Halloween costume parties, but there's also Christmas costume parties and Thanksgiving costume parties. And so costumes is really a whole year-round thing. It's not just something limited to Halloween, but, yeah, people love dressing up, and also, what's great for the holidays is that costumes make a great gift. You know why costumes make a great gift? Many of them are very affordable, in the $25 to $30 to $40 range, and it's something that people can use for quite a while in that regard. But if you're looking for those last-minute holiday things or those random things, if you're missing your Santa boots, if you're missing your elf hat, if you're missing your elf shoes, WonderCostumes.com has them. But people really love to dress up. But here's what I'm going to tell you about. Everyone's going to a holiday party next week, Guy. Maybe you're having I don't know when the WENG holiday party is, but I'm sure it's coming up. Maybe you guys have already had it. But if you haven't had it yet, as you know, everyone's always interested in making sure that they follow certain guidelines. And the point be told is obviously, the point is to check with your boss and check with your coworkers, and if they're fine with it, Put on a Christmas costume. Put on an elf costume. Put on one of those Santa costumes or elf costumes or polar bear or reindeer, and come and be the center of attention at your holiday party.
Okay, Chris. Now I've got to the big thing now, and is even beyond Christmas, is this thing called cosplay. COSPLAY, where and there are conventions on this where people are starting to dress up in different times of the year for these conventions, but it's really costume play, isn't it?
Yeah, the reality is that the cosplay is something that people really like it. We've got a gigantic amount of stuff that's cosplay related at WonderCostumes.com, Guy. You know what's amazing though? What people can do for the holidays? What they can end up doing is that if one of these people have got these fan conventions coming up, by the way, we get stuff for that. These are year-round. People go to these Comic-Con conventions. Mm-hmm. They dress up as Spider-Man. They dress up as Batman. They dress up as the Incredible Hulk. They come up with the most random superhero costumes. Some of these people spend hundreds of dollars to make the costume. It's really unbelievable. But what's really amazing is if you know the Mr. or Mrs. in your life, or the Mr. and Ms. in your life, or the she or he in your life that's going to an upcoming comic book convention, why not get them a costume for the holiday season? Why not just have them, not even worry about that or finish about that? But, the reality is you're absolutely right. People lose their minds for this stuff. It is unbelievable how big the costume industry is. As you know, we talked about this back in October. It's $1 billion a year industry. People during the Halloween season spend an average of about $75, and also during the holiday season, people love to put those elf costumes on. They love to put those Santa hats on. They love to dress up as Santa. And again, if women are looking for a sexy Santa costume or looking for something to stand at their holiday party, come to WonderCostumes.com. Call us at 305-COSTUMES today. We'll be happy to assist. We can send something, as we're also in the state of Florida, of course, also, so we can get you something very, very quickly this week if you're looking for something last minute.
Okay, you're just across the state, correct?
Yep, in Miami, Florida.
Yeah, so if someone even just says, you know what, I've still got time this weekend, and I've got a couple hours, and I'll drive over there, they can actually go in your store and just kind of peruse.
They can actually come and see Chris, yours truly, who's speaking with you right now, from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday to Friday. They can come over and see us, absolutely.
So you're actually known as Crazy Chris?
They can see I'm known as Crazy Chris because I'm the media spokesperson for this company. I'm all about costumes year-round. Costumes are for every day, Guy. They're not just for, again, Halloween or Christmas. Yeah. They're for every day, my friend. And this business really works hard. This is a very great small business of people who work very hard every day, and we've got thousands of products here. And listen, I'll tell you a very funny story. Back in October and Halloween, after we spoke with you, there was actually a guy who literally drove from Orlando to come get a costume, and then he ended up buying a bunch of other 4 hours. Not kidding you, 4 hours just to come see us here in Miami.
Now, if someone has an idea, like say in cosplay, and they can start, because I know people like to kind of put it together and modify it and create it, they can find all those parts right there at WonderCostumes.com as well, correct?
Absolutely, they can. We have a variety of accessories and kits. We've got numerous people can call us. When you call us at 305-COSTUME, let's say Guy calls up and he says, I want to put some different kind of look together. Well, we look for the wigs, we look for the costume, we look for the accessories to make your look come together for whatever you desire.
So
absolutely, there's no doubt about that.
So you'd have the Darth Vader outfit.
Absolutely. We've got all the Star Wars stuff. Anything that you're looking for, absolutely. And anything major. Star Wars, Superman, Batman, Mario and Luigi from the popular video game. Obviously, as I told you a few months ago, like the Rice-A-Roni box, we're still working on that for you, my friend, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and it is interesting because I saw a couple specials on that cosplay on TV, and it is interesting because if it's in the movie, people will try and recreate that character, whether it's the Marvel, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., or whatever it is, they really do try and recreate it, don't they?
You know what's amazing also about it is you're absolutely right, is that we have a variety of theatrical costumes, which are basically, based on the movie quality, which are a few $100s. They're a little pricey, but if anybody really wants to have the legitimate look from a Batman movie or a Spider-Man movie, there are the theatrical costumes from those movies. Again, they're a little pricey. They go for about a few $100s usually. Some of them about $100 and change, but they actually are out there if people want to do them, and people actually buy this stuff. There was a guy I believe a former football player over the Halloween season who actually bought a very high-end theatrical Batman costume for us. It's almost about $500.
Okay.
So people really get into this stuff, and at wondercostumes.com, literally we have something for everybody, as I always like to say.
Do you have do you have the electronics and the lights and things that they can put on it?
Absolutely. We have all the varieties of electronical gadgets and gizmos and something for Guy and the people of where you are in Inglewood and everything else like that. We absolutely do. There's no denying that.
Well, Chris, you're always a lot of fun to talk to, and this business is really bigger than what most people think. And I want to thank you for spending some time with us a week before Christmas. And, hey, the best of luck to you, and we'll talk to you probably around, Valentine's Day would probably be the next big event, wouldn't it?
We're going to come back for Valentine's Day again very quickly. If anybody's looking for the Frozen Elsa or Anna costumes or anything else for their kids, want a last-minute holiday gift that's very affordable, come to wondercostumes.com. Or if you're looking for those Christmas costumes to wear to your upcoming holiday party or event, wondercostumes.com with an S, 305 costume. Call us up. We'll be happy to assist. Guy, I'll see you in Valentine's Day, and I look forward to it at the beginning of February.
Yeah, and Frozen was the big deal, wasn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Listen, a year later, that thing was out more than a year ago, and people are still buying those Elsa costumes every single day. And if someone wants to buy any of the Frozen merchandise from the costume area, they can look at it at wondercostumes.com. Always great talking with a fellow Floridian guy. You are truly fantastic, and happy holidays to the people up there. And remote radio stations are always more fun. Radio shows are always more fun, by the way.
Sun Coast Live.